Yes, Barbados. We write our names on history's page. I think that is becoming probably my favorite. We write our names on history's page. We write our names on history's page. Barbados. We are going to go down in history loyal opposition. That in this time and in this season in Barbados, that we stood up. We're going to go down loyal opposition. It's going to go down in a history. It will go down in a history that we stood up. We stood up and we had marches in Barbados. We had protest marches that we know goes against, they say, what Bajans do. Because Bajans are passive. That's what they told us. We broke that mold and mash it up and throw away that mold of passivity that they put on us. We are writing our names on history's page. We are throwing away that mold. We mash it up. We stand up on it. We did cause that mold to, we disintegrate that mold of passivity because we have said, you cannot define us. That's not who we are. We are writing our names on history's page because we're Bajans. That's who we are. We walk in the footsteps of Grantley Adams and all of those that went before Errol Barrow and all of those that went before us. And the loyal opposition will go down in history as being that strong voice of opposition outside of Parliament. Aren't you proud to be part of that? Aren't you proud to know your name is going down on history's page? We are that pressure group, and they will come with all kinds of different pressure groups. All of a sudden, people are having pressure groups, but we understand the objective. We understand exactly what we're doing, why we're doing what we're doing. We are a set of Barbadians that are awake. We are a set of people that are no longer sleeping. We're using our Facebook pages. We're using YouTube pages. We now have so many persons are speaking out. At one time, it was just Caswell Franklin. Remember that? And now we have so many of us. And that is what the problem is. Because I tell you something, if they think that in trying to if they think that you can get rid of a leader, or they say, oh, that one is a leader, let's get rid of that one. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. It is not going to happen. Let them know it's not going to happen. It's like the ants. You remember the ants? When there's one little thing will happen, one little thing, it's not going to happen. But when all of those ants come out, one little ant, you're sleeping and a little ant, those little red ants, they bite you. You just, you knock it off and you go back to bed, right? But try and step in an ant's nest. You try and step in an ant's nest and see what happened. And they need to understand that over here in the loyal opposition, they're stepping in an ant's nest. Don't you ever think that you're going to get rid of one person and it's going to solve the problem. Oh, they're going to shut up now. We're going to find a leader. But what they don't understand, we understand that strategy. And so don't you think if you touch me or this whole loyal opposition, let me tell you something, 10 more going to rise up. 10 more. They will rise up all over this country, I tell you. You remember Clement Payne? You remember Clement Payne? You remember what happened? Try it. I want to thank those who called me all the time, all of this week. People, we live in a country, in this democratic country, where there's democracy in Barbados. You can speak. However, I got so many calls this week. Marcia, are you okay? We are worried for you. Marcia, do you have cameras? Marcia, do you have a fence? Marcia, be careful. Marcia, don't take the bus. Marcia, in Barbados? I know that the powers that be know. They know very well. I'm not the problem. I'm not your problem. I'm the least bit of your problem. And you know how you're going to know that I'm not your problem? Touch me. Touch this organ. Touch anybody, any of the panelists. Do anything you want to do to Caswell, whomever. You will realize, and this is not a threat. I'm not trying to threaten anybody. I'm making the point that you will see that we are just one ant. You understand what I'm saying to you? We're just one ant. I'm grateful for the well wishes and I'm grateful for the prayers. But I want us to know we're in this thing together. And with that, folks, I want to talk to us about the march on Saturday. Every time we march, they tremble. Do you remember, as Caswell pointed out to us, do you remember what they did when they were doing the World Cup? They did not want us to march in town. What did they do? They then planned to put the Bridgetown, this market in Bridgetown, which was a flop. Flopped. They put it in the middle of Broad Street, right in front of Cave Shepherd, to block us. That's what they did. They very well knew that nobody was going there, but they did not want us to march in World Cup. So that's what they did. And some of you have bought the lie to say that they don't, marching doesn't do anything. They don't care about whether you march or not. I'm here letting you know that they do care. They do care. It matters to them. I have heard from people inside of there that have said to us, and yes, people from within. There, within the whole, I will just put it like that, okay? They call us and they talk to us. How do you know? How would I know that they were planning after the march? If the marches did not mean anything, why is it after the march, the first march that we did with the cybercrime bill, which was, by the way, a big march in town? Who remember that? Miss McLean was there too. Rose Corbin was there with I think that's when she was there with the shell or the cowbell, beating the cowbell. Listen, folks. I got a call from within their quarters. Almost 11 o'clock that night, the Saturday night after the march. And the person said, I just came from a meeting. And I'm telling you this so that you understand your presence matters out there. They're nervous about it. Every time you march, do not get tired. I was called after 11 o'clock at night to say, Marcia, I just got from a meeting with those people, the powers. And they said, Marcia, they are planning to invite you to a meeting. They gave me the name of the person that is supposed to call me from within their group. If you've been listening to the show for a while, you would remember. I spoke about it before. They called me someone who had just come from a meeting from them. So they're trying to let you believe that everything is so great among them. Huh? They don't have any problems, really. I was called and said, I just came from a meeting, and the plan is that this particular person, I could call the names, but I'm not going to, is supposed to call you, Marcia, to a meeting. And guess what? The person warned me and said, Marcia, don't go. He said to me, whatever you do, do not go to that meeting. Because when you go to the meeting, the plan is to quell everything down, to say we are negotiating, we are working, so then you don't need to go on the streets. You got me? They were planning to think that they could trick me. But the thing is, I couldn't go on to any meeting on behalf of the people. They didn't say, the people didn't give me permission to go on any, to go represent them. Why are they calling me? And I got off the phone. I told my husband, and he said, you know very well you're not going to that meeting. I said, you know, Dave, I thank God to have a strong husband, you know. He says, you're not going to that meeting. I said, you're very well. You know that I'm not going to that meeting. And I came on, I prayed about it, and I said, okay, because I don't even want them to call me. I don't want to hear them. And I came on the program on a Sunday night, and what did I say? I told the story, and I said to everybody that's listening from that camp, please take the message back. I do not negotiate with terrorists. You remember that? I am not coming to your meeting. So don't you ever let them fool you that they are there, that the marches don't matter. They matter. Why are we marching? This is a protest march for real crime legislation in this country. We are no longer joking. Did you see the news newspaper today, the article? 76-year-old woman. A 76-year-old woman went out to tie her must be her sheep or something. The woman is living in fear. She's 76, 4 years away from being 80. And she was raped while her grandson was there. You think this is a joking business and you come talking to us about tint? You think we're idiots? When is Barbados going to get riled up? When is Barbados going to get riled up and say to the leadership of this country, we are ready for real change in this country? When are we going to say we are tired of this distraction? When are we going to say to the government, we are tired of this distraction? Why are you trying to distract us? Look at this in the newspaper. I thank the newspaper for printing this. Who wrote the person who did the article is Antoinette Connell, and I will big her up. And the newspaper is The Nation, because sometimes we come on here and we curse them off, we tell them off, right? When we believe they're not reporting, but they reported it. We read it. I could not even read all of it. Can you imagine being raped and they wanted to sodomize her? She's and had a gun. Listen to me, Barbados. This is time we demand of this government to tell us where the guns are coming from and stop this game. We are tired of the games. We're done with the games. Do you understand me? I came on fired up tonight. Before I came on this show, I started to pray. I was overcome with tears for this country. So don't tell me you're not going to come out to march. Why are you marching? It's bigger than the tint. We are marching because we need tougher laws for gun possession. That is what we're marching for. We are marching because we need the authorities to come to the people and tell the people the truth of where the guns are coming from and stop with this distraction. Pardon the shouting tonight, but I am just upset. We are sitting down and watching this country being destroyed right before our very eyes. Talk, we are done with talk. We are done with talk, and I can afford to speak like this. You know why? As a little girl growing up in Central Village, in Big Lane Central Village, where gunshots were piercing my eardrums nightly. Some days I'm going to school and I have to run back in my yard. I grew up with fear. I grew up with tension. When I went overseas to study in New York, my husband will tell you sometimes in the night I'm jumping out of my bed. Fear. Is that what we want, how we want our children to live? You think this is a joke? Skin in your teeth, Attorney General, and behind a truck? I won't even touch that because Mr. Murray is going to go. This is a serious situation. And I can tell you this about this woman here. If I had this program when the DLP was in power and this was going on, I tell you that I would be speaking about it. I lived it. I lived in fear. So something goes, I'm jumping. And I lived to see the day in Barbados that I even refuse to stay in a car if my husband has to go into an establishment. I'm not even staying in the car. Why should we have to live in a country like this? Why should we be living in fear? And you're going to tell me that people who choose to vote a particular way because it is your government that is in power, you cannot look at the situation for what it is and recognize that this government does not have the answers or refuse to find the answers. The citizens of Barbados, we are saying to the government, enough is enough. We are done. We are tired of the games. You know where the guns are coming from. I have all right to speak on this. In 2013, I think I did a film called Hush 2. And I was showing the violence on the street. And you know what you all told me? Monsieur, the film is good. This is what they wrote in the newspaper. I was trying to find the article. They said, Marcia, the film is good, but it's not Barbados. You are projecting Jamaica on Barbados. It's what they told me. The middle class people. Yes, and my lovely Christian friends. But what they did not know, there was a subculture that was growing, being fed by all kinds of things from America, from Jamaica, from Trinidad. I'm dealing with young people. You have your ears on the ground. I was trying to tell Barbados something then. That was 2013, people. I'm sorry, 2012. Dave can correct me in the private chat on these dates. 2012. I went back further. Go back and check. Vigilante the Crossing, the next one that I did. I remember taking these movies to Brooklyn and to different places, and they told me, "What you are casting Barbados in a bad light." That's what they told me. Who was in power then? Wasn't it the DLP? I didn't have this program. I used my film to highlight it then. I did. So where I can come on and I can tell you when it comes on to the matter of crime, I am totally, I'm not trying to point a finger and say it is this and it is that. I am saying